Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. What a wonderful day. It's good to be here again. Thank you for joining. This is Health World View. Today, I have something I needed to just share with you. Oh, my words. I'm thinking, what is going on? What is going on? I always want to hear your view as well. Please don't forget to comment, like, and share. This is to do with Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew. If you remember, some last year he settled a lawsuit with Virginia Giuffre, who has accused him of sexual abuse when she was underage. So the lawsuit was settled last year with millions of pounds. So now he's considering overturning that legal settlement of so he's considering it. He think, okay, you know what, I need to put a bid to overturn the multi-million-dollar settlement. Why? That would be a question. Like, what? We thought this matter had just died down and it's gone forever, but it's coming up again. Two reasons why he wants to do it. One, Virginia Giuffre has also accused somebody else for another, experience. But later she dropped the case because she apologized to the person that she must have made a mistake. So that's one reason why he's thinking. Maybe he also made a mistake on his side, perhaps. Yeah. The second reason is Ghislaine Maxwell had an interview with someone a couple of days that was just shown at a day or two in the UK, in UK, yeah. So on that interview, she said that she kind of questioned the originality of the photo, that Prince Andrew and Virginia were together with her as well at the background. So those are the two reasons why Prince Andrew is considering legal bid to overturn the multi-million-dollar settlement that he made with Virginia. So you're going to hear this in details and in more like what is going on. So listen, and I'm going to share it with you. You take your time to listen to it, and I know it's going to give you word for thought.
The multi-million-pound settlement with accuser Virginia Giuffre. That is following the news that Ms. Giuffre dropped a different lawsuit against another man she'd accused of sexual assault, claiming she may have made a mistake.
Meanwhile, clips released ahead of Ghislaine Maxwell's first film interview from prison reveal she believes the now infamous photo of Prince Andrew with a then 17-year-old Giuffre is actually a fake. And we can take a listen to that interview from prison.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it's real for a second. In fact, I'm sure it's not. Well, there's never been an original. And further, there's no photograph. And I've only ever seen a photocopy of it.
Wow. I mean, it's remarkable, isn't it, seeing Ghislaine Maxwell? Ranveer, you did a documentary, of course.
I did. It's still on ITVX, one of the most watched documentaries of last year. Enormous interest still, even though we thought that, paying that settlement had made it go away, clearly.
And what is it like for you? So you did the documentary investigating Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, her personality, who she is, her contact. And essentially, the idea that her and Prince Andrew, many thought, had been in a relationship, a romantic relationship together, actually.
And to see her now talking, this is an exclusive and a first interview with her on television. Amazing. After being behind bars. It's remarkable.
She still looks very poised, though, doesn't she? She hasn't lost her sort of, her poise and her sort of, she looks quite... She doesn't look as bedraggled as you might think somebody might be who's been accused and convicted of terrible crimes.
There were pictures of her yesterday running in the prison yard, which you kind of expect to see, like, through the wires of the fence. But to actually see her on the phone doing an interview...
And what do you think victims of Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, will think when they see that?
I think they will be angry that she's been given a voice again. I think they will think that actually her conviction means that she is rendered silent and that their stories are important and that their experiences are what remembered. But the fact that she's still claiming the spotlight. But of course, we've got Prince Andrew now, who is also allegedly saying that he, wants to look back at this and say it's a fake photo.
Well, let's talk to lawyer Lisa Bloom, who represents 8 of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Very good morning to you, Lisa Bloom. What do you think victims will think as they watch that interview with Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yes, good morning. I can tell you that they are just disgusted and offended every time Ghislaine Maxwell opens her mouth and has an opinion on something. How does she know anything about that photo? Of course, she would never have received an original of it. In court proceedings, we work with photocopies, but I can tell you that Prince Andrew, when there was an active case against him, had every right to get the original, to send it out for testing, to prove the point that it was a fake if he wanted to make that point, and it never happened. And instead, he settled reportedly for millions of dollars, and that's where it's going to end. It really doesn't matter what Ghislaine Maxwell has to say about it.
In your experience, Lisa, because we're talking here about an accusation against Prince Andrew that he was doing something kind of illegal, but I mean, with a young woman under the age of 18. Is this the kind of thing where people would often choose to settle out of court to make it go away, even if they believe that they were innocent?
Yes, settlements are the way that 95% of civil cases end. And many of the cases that I've done, sexual abuse cases against high-profile people, end that way. But I can tell you that his chances of wiggling out of the agreement now are somewhere between no way and no how. He is a grown man. He had very competent counsel. I know his attorneys. They are among the best in America. This settlement agreement was negotiated over a period of weeks, if not months, and he ultimately made the decision to sign his name to it. There is no judge that is going to let him out of that.
It is reported that the reason that Prince Andrew wanted to take legal action over the settlement was because Virginia Giuffre previously had dropped a case against another man saying she may have made a mistake in identifying him.
A very famous American attorney, Dershowitz.
So Prince Andrew might think, well, is there a legal basis then for saying she might have made a mistake in identifying him?
No, that does not give him a legal basis because each case is different and turns on its own facts. I don't know what happened in the case between Virginia Giuffre and Alan Dershowitz. I know they have been fighting that fight for many years. It may be that she did make a mistake as to fact, as to Alan Dershowitz, but she has always been very clear as to her claims against Prince Andrew. And, the fact that another case ended a different way is completely irrelevant when he signed a settlement agreement.
Gosh, thank you very much indeed, Lisa. I mean, talking to Andrew and Kevin here, it's hard to believe that the palace, talking this weekend about the plans for the King's coronation in May, that they would want Monday morning, the day after they were talking about this day of celebration, to be again overshadowed by Prince Andrew's...
first coronation since 1953. So many people will never see a coronation in their lifetime.
Yes.
And the suggestion is that King Charles is happy for Andrew. There's no way they would want this. They just want it to they thought it had gone away.
Well, and one of the reasons apparently that they, that it was all settled was because they didn't want it to overshadow the Queen's Jubilee.
That's right. And also impact on her health anymore. She's a very old lady.
They didn't want it in court. Now, Ghislaine Maxwell, look, she's convicted, she's in prison, but she still protests her innocence. She's going to challenge that photograph. It was in her flat. But I remember Andrew went down the line of trying to challenge it and pushing back, and then he retreated because it entirely backfired on him. King Charles, as he is now, must wonder if he's run over a black cat and he's Aston Martin when he's got Harry, a wayward son, over the water having a go, and now he's got his brother he thought he'd banished and hidden away, kicking up this again.
I hadn't heard that from part of the legal team saying there is an original photograph. and he didn't, and he would have had an opportunity to inspect it,
Yeah.
and he didn't.
Well,
And he paid millions of pounds.
About 11, apparently. About 11.
I mean, if you think today, we're talking about Prince Andrew now. I think later in the programme, we're...
I'm going to stop you here. Oh my words, you heard for yourself exactly what's going on, and you're thinking, okay, the coronation is going to be in a few months. Then this is coming up. Is it a way to clear himself from the mess so that he can participate in the coronation and be part of it fully, or is it just to redeem his name so that he can be accepted back to the royal family duties and roles? Is that what this is about? Or is it really about trying to actually clear his name? Is he really sure that it will work? What do you think? What's your own view about this? And what do you think about Ghislaine Maxwell? Excuse me. Why didn't she, because she didn't say nothing while she was free. So why speak now while she's in jail? Because somehow it doesn't make sense to me. When she was free, she could have said something. I know maybe she had so much on her at that point. Perhaps that was the reason. But why do you think she's speaking now? So this is what I have for you. Let me know what you think. What's your view? What's your own point? When listening to those discussions, what did you pick up? Don't forget, please leave us a message and comment and like and share this video so that when we have the next video coming up, you'll be one of the first people to know. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.